Hey everyone, so welcome to this video. In this video we are going to have something like how you can add more rows and more columns in a data frame. So we have done how to define the data frames, and we have defined a very unique data frame also that I have not removed from here. So to create any column in a data frame, you will do something like, first let me define this one data frame also with df, and this one df1. And there we go. Now here we have df, this one. But if you want to add another column here, so you can do something like, here I have my df, then you will pass the brackets, and in brackets the column you want to add there. Like after z we have what we have, there's nothing after z, so here we have something like p, and then this will be equal to, like if I want to add something like, here I have y plus, and then df z. That means I want to make a new column that is the sum of these two, that is something like z here, and shift return. Now if you print df, you will get another column there, that is this one. And that's how you can create this thing. Now if you try something like this one, that is, we have this one, shift return, shift return, shift return, and there we go. Now here we have done this one, there it is. Now this one doesn't change, we got 715, I don't know why. Maybe this df1. So this is a task for you. Try to make a data frame that consists of adding the emojis. So I have now told you that how you can add the new column in a data frame, that is generally with this command, and there we go. Now how to remove any column or any row. So to remove any row, we have simple method, that is df dot drop. There drop stands for deleting the row, that is the row we want to delete, and you just need to pass the row, that is like if I want to delete this e, then I will pass that e, and make sure you always pass that e with the quotes. Here I get type error, sorry, this is a method, I have passed brackets there, methods are defined in parentheses. Now there we go. So here if you notice, we have not e here. That's how you can delete the rows. But one more thing, now if you have d here, you will again get e. That's the thing, that the thing you delete there is only deleted here, that will not get permanently deleted. And you, if you press here shift return, you will get something like this one in drop method you want. So here you have label and axis, and few more things like index, column, in place. So here we have this in place, that is something very important one in case of deleting any row. So to delete that permanently, you also need to pass here something like in place, and in place we have only two values, that is true and false. True is for like if you do not want to delete that one, and sorry, false, and true one is if you want to delete that permanently. So now if I press shift return, there we go, and now I have df, what's happening there? So here we have df without any e. If you again print df, there will be no e. So that's how you can delete any element in a data frame, and that element means the row in a data frame. Now what if you want to delete the column? That how you can delete these columns. So to delete any column, if you try the same thing like df dot drop parentheses, And but if I want to delete P and shift return, you will get error. That's because this one is asking for, we can say that, index, and index we have are only the A, B, C, D. W, X, Y and Z are not indexes, they are the column numbers. So to make them selected here, if you again press here shift tab, you will get this one, axis. So in 2D data frames, that is we are dealing here, we have generally two axes, that is 0. This one is 0 axis, that is by default here. This one column is 1. You can assume that x-axis, y-axis. So x-axis is by default 0, y is 1. So you also need to pass here something like axis, and that will be 1. And if you try the thing now, P is removed. But again the same thing, if you do again that one, P is not permanently removed. So again you need to pass something like in place, and that will be true. Not true, it's true. There we go. And now here we do not have P. If you try again, P is permanently removed from there. So that's how you can remove any element, any column and any row from a data frame. And you can also do this thing with that one, that cute data frame. And if you want that one also, I can show you. Here we have this one. If I need to remove this P, so I can just do df1.drop. Here first pass P, then pass axis 1, and then we have in place is equal to true. And there we go. If you print now df1, you did not have P. Again, if you want to remove the chicks but not permanently, then here we have this one, something like Z. And here we do not have these cutes. And that's how you can delete this one. And if you delete something from middle like monkeys, there you will get that one removed from there, and these columns get closer to the W by 1 of gap there. That's how you can delete any element. So we are now also done with creating and deleting the elements from data frame. In the next video we will learn about that how you can access the elements. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, so in the last video we have learned about the adding and deleting of rows and columns. In this video we are going to learn that how we can access any element in a data frame. So first, if we take this one like this df1, that is we have df1. If you want to access any column like this horses, then accessing the columns is very simple. Just df and pass the columns. Make sure you pass the columns in quotes, then you will get that one. This df is that one, smiley face is df1. So here you get the horses. If you did not pass the quotes there, you will get error for y is not defined, because y is not any variable, it's just a character denoting any column. So that's how you can access the elements of any column. To access any element of row, like if I want to access this A, so I just not simply use like this A here, I will go error. And if you do this one without quotes, you will still get error. So how to access that one? So that one is something like you have to use .loc, that stands for location. And when you do that one, you will get the column, that is this one. So all the rows are same, so we will use this one for df1. Here you get 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 for w, x, y and z. So that's how you can access any row. Now one more thing, if you want to access any row by using the numeric indexes like 1, and you try this one, you will get error. So for that you need to use an I here, I LOC. You will get 5678, that is this one. If you try to run df here, so this is 0, this is 1, that is 5678 that you got there. If you need a, you need to pass 0. So that's how you can access the rows by using numeric indexes. And this is about that one. And if you try this method for indexes, like simply this one, you will get error because the indexes are not for the columns, they are just for the rows. So now we got the idea that how you can access any element of row and column with every element of row and column. Now what if you just want to access any particular element like this 5? So for that we use something like df dot loc. If you do this one without loc, that's what, let me try first, you will get error. So for that we first need to, like, if we want to access this one, we need this row and this column. So we simply write d comma and y here, but without the dot loc you will get error. You need to pass dot loc also there. Now you will get 5. So that's how you can access any element. Like if you want to access 9, just change d into e, you will get 9. If you want to access 0, just change y into z, you will get 0. So let me stay on, why this got error, this one small. So here we get the 9. And if you use here the numeric value of that one, you will get error because we are not using IOLOC. If you write IOLOC here, you will still get error. So to access any particular element, you just need to do this one, and you can only use this method. So here 3ay. So that's how you can access any element in a row and in a column, and also the rows and columns completely. Hey everyone, so in the last video we are also done with the accessing of elements. Now in this video we are going to do conditional selection. That is something like, what if you want to access the elements that are greater than 2 here, or we can say 3, greater than 3 in this table. So we will do something like just df greater than 3. You will get a table of boolean values in which those values who are greater than 3, not only equal, just greater than 3, like 4 here, will get true. Like this b, all have greater than 3, so all here are true. And this is what the known as conditional selection. And one more thing, what if you want to have the values that are greater than 3? Then just pass this condition like a index to df. You will get all the values that are greater than 3 here in this table in form of floats, and all the other values are none, that is for none. After that, this is all about the conditional selection. Just few basic and detailed concepts, like what if you want to have the elements in any particular column that are greater than 3. So you need to just pass that particular column to that df. Now here you will not get the elements like 5, 9, 7. When you run that one, you will get a table something like this one. This will show all the rows whose values for that particular column satisfy the condition. Like here the b row, this has 5, that is greater than 3, so here we have b row, not a. Then we have c, 9, that is greater than 3, then 3, it's not greater than 3, so we do not have this one. Then e, and here we have this one. If you want to have any particular column, like I want to have w and x, then you just need to do something like pass here another set of these brackets. Inside brackets you will write something like I want to have w and x in capital, then you will get only this one. So this is how you can get any particular part of the table you want to. If you remove this one and these outside, you will only get W, the values we are talking about, that is 5, 9 and 7. So that's how you can have any particular value in any particular table. If you want, we'll do this one like greater than 8, sorry, this 8, you will get only 9. So this is all about the conditional selection, and I hope you understand this one also. Here make sure that while passing more than 2 columns or want to access more than 2 columns, pass double brackets instead of single one. So we are done with this one. Now a little more basic concept, that is, what if you have different conditions, or we can say that more than one conditions, then how we can do them. So for more than one conditions in operators also, maybe you remember we have done something like and or, and this one and this one. So we will use these two in case of multiple conditions, like something if I want to have in W that are like greater than 3, that is we take greater than 3, and if you want to have something like the values that are greater than 2 in Z, then we will do something like, if you do this thing like and, then here you will pass df, then here Z greater than 2, and you will pass this one completely to the df to get the values only instead of true and false. So here you will get error, and the reason for that error is not the any syntax, because this syntax is completely fine, but the thing here is you cannot use and or here directly. One more thing, make these in parentheses so that they will be a little more differentiated. So the thing here is you cannot use and or here, you need to use this for and. Here you will get this one B, those who are greater than 3 in W. So greater than 3 in W are 5, 9 and 7, and greater than 2 in Z. So out of these 3 now, because other 2 are eliminated already, so out of 8, 2 and 0, which is greater than 2, that is 8. So here we get B only. If you do something like greater than 0 in W, or all the values are greater than 0, and in Z just the value that are greater than 3, and you do this one, you will get all the values in W, because every value is greater than 0, and in Z only the values that are greater than 3, that is 4, 8 and 6, 4, 8 and 6. So that's how you can do that one. If you want to use or, here you will get this one, either this condition is true or this condition is true, all the things will happen. So that's why we have the complete table. If you do here something like in W greater than like 9, because nothing is greater than 9 in there, and in Z you make that greater than 3, you run that, you will get all the values in Z that are greater than 3, because Y is not satisfying there, but we are using OR, so if only one can satisfy, we will get output. But if you use something like 9 here, you will get an empty column list. So that's all about the conditional selection, and I hope you got the idea that what we have done here, and we cannot perform that thing like this one. So we have done this with numerical one. So thanks for watching, and we will continue in the next video.